we are. Did you guys have a nice weekend, Janine?
Well, I've spent we've gotten snowstorms here. Did you guys get any snowstorms?
Yeah. Well, we're still like cleaning up because I'm in the mid east.
You're in the mid east.
I'm in Israel. I'm in the Midwest, and we are not used to it. So it's in the papers and everything on what a poor job, how long it's taken us to dig out. So
Okay, got you.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tag everybody in the Grace and Grit Studio group. We'll start there because we are live
It's
there.
so funny when it doesn't feel like a Monday because it's a 3-day weekend. It was an inauguration. It's like everything's just not
Yeah,
quite right. Yeah.
my husband actually took off today because we got snow, and the amount that we got was enough that where his job was, he wouldn't have had any parking to do that. You know what I mean? Like with that big.
Yes, that's what's happening
So,
in the city. That's exactly what's happening in the
and
city.
that's where we're at. Okay, we are live in
Hi,
all.
everybody. Hello, hello.
Hey, look at, okay, now we have people. Oh, I can actually see the comments. This is awesome. So
Everything's working.
things are coming through. I see hello, Kayla. Hi, Lori. Hey, Renee. Hello, Marjorie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I did do an at everyone. I hate using that, but I do use it on Monday nights because to me that just gives everybody a notification that we're
Yes,
live.
yes. And people just forget where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this is that you can actually, hey Teresa, how are you? Hello to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Brenda, hello. So tonight we are going, I'm just going to go ahead and refresh here one more time. Hi, Stacy. Hello, Gloria. How are you? Oh my goodness. Okay, great. So just to refresh everyone, you were invited here tonight from your stylist because they wanted you to hear what Mary Grace and I have to chit chat about tonight. So thanks so much for joining us live. I'm going to go ahead and put up a banner that says to comment live or replay so that we know you're here, and we will try and answer all of your questions. The cool thing is that I get to do this every Monday night with our executive company vice president, Mary Grace Lewandowski, and I get to interview her on our free jewelry chat to really ask 4 questions that people ask when they're considering the opportunity of direct sales and of becoming a stylist with Park Lane. Now, this might be something that your stylist invited you to because she thought you'd be great at this, he or she, or it could be that they just want you to hear what we have to say and listen with, an open heart. And it might be something that somebody that could really use. And we would really love that referral to that person so we could help bless them. So without further ado, Mary Grace, there's a ton of people watching. So
Yay! Oh my gosh, so many people that influenced you do something so fun like this.
yeah, Connie and Chelsea and Carrie and Marilyn and Linda. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So thanks so much for joining us. And Mary Grace, thanks again for, kind of hanging out
Doing
with
my
me on
job.
a Monday
You're
night.
welcome.
Yeah, thanks for doing your job, Mary Grace. So I'm going to start with a question that I think really has to be answered first before we even deep dive into what Park Lane is. And that is, what is or why direct sales? Like, what is direct sales and how does it differ from this buzzword we hear, MLM or multi-level marketing?
Yeah, or if some people haven't even heard either phrase, but I know that it's really important to me to explain what direct sales is because there's such a culture out there that hears a word like a phrase like that and misunderstands it.
Yeah.
So they often confuse it with multi-level marketing. And multi-level marketing is recruiting focused. It's definitely about, it would be like, like you start with your family and friends and that, you want people to join and get, to invest in your product. Normally get your credit card hit once a month or whatever. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, but very different than direct sales. And we are direct sales. And really all it means is direct to consumer. We run our own business with none of the overhead and none of the risk is my favorite way to say it. And there are many, many things to love about direct sales, and we'll get into a little bit of those as we progress through the 4 questions. But I find that my favorite way to describe it is the David Bach story, which I haven't said in
Yeah.
a while. But if you haven't had a chance, it's a pretty old book now, but it's still like, out there as a totally able to get it. But it's called The Automatic Millionaire. And I was so interested in like, I'd like to become an automatic millionaire. And it was how everyday people making everyday money, not like billionaires or heiresses or anything, movie stars, how they could be millionaires in a very short time through the power of investing. When I say short time, I think it's like 10 years or something like that. So as he got excited, I was listening to him on a videotape of all things back in the day. And that was an audio tape. And he said, as he got into this and tried to explain to people the power of investing and how quickly they could do that if they invested like $300 to $500 a month,
Mm-hmm.
he found like that glaringly, and much to his surprise, that 99% of us here in the United States, probably the world, we're living. I like the way he said it. Well, I hated that he had to say it, but he goes not paycheck to paycheck, but beyond paycheck to paycheck. Like most people had heavy debt, credit cards,
Yeah.
whatever. And that when they just looked at him like, are you nuts? We don't have an extra $300 to $500 a month. So then he made it a mission to figure out how they could do this without upsetting the whole entire life that they had, where schedules were super important, and they didn't want to quit a job, get another job, all that risk. And he said, that's when I discovered direct sales. And he said, I just thought it was the mothership of everything. He's like, you can work
Yeah.
it around the hours you have. You can decide when you want to work. It's a way to bring in income, not only income, but like income with really great tax benefits. And he said, because it's running your own business. And he said, whatever your schedule is, whatever your obstacles are, direct sales is the answer because you can work around it. So I think that's the best way to put it. And when people say to me, oh, I already have a job, and they already closed their ears, I'm like, well, good.
Yeah.
Because I never would have been brave enough to have just quit my full-time job and done only this. But man, what a miracle it's been for us, for me and my family.
What a blessing.
Yes.
I found the Automatic Millionaire book on Amazon, so I went and go ahead and put it in the chat for everyone. So if you want it, I clicked it there for you. I think it's under $10, so that
And
might
I
be a
just want
great
the
read.
audience to know I am not being paid for that
No,
commercial.
none of us. We don't even know David Bach.
No.
But we talk about him every week.
But if someone says they like your necklace and you say, I sell Park Lane, then you get paid for that.
It's a win-win situation.
Isn't it lovely
Okay.
that we refer?
So now that we know the difference between MLM and direct sales, and you talked about how direct sales is more of a personal shopper or someone who, can add value to the client, how does jewelry fit in? Why is jewelry good?
Yeah, because you want to pick a product, right? I mean, you want to pick a product to represent. And
Right.
I'm always 1,000% transparent and honest. Most of us fell into direct sales. The first, I named my organization in the last company that I was with, I named it Serendipity because it means finding good fortune as if by accident. And I really do feel like most of us find direct sales by accident. Like a lot of you just thought, oh, there's a live, I'm going to watch it. Oh, I don't know what it's about, but I could get free jewelry, or, oh, I went to a show and yeah.
True.
So when I first fell into direct sales, it was because I had gone to a candle party and I thought, oh, this might be the answer. I can try this. I know you have a similar story, Janine.
Yeah.
So we did, and we loved our companies and we worked really well there. But in both cases, the companies were showing signs of that they weren't going in a good direction.
Mm-hmm.
So then here we are, seasoned salespeople in direct sales. And this time we knew that there were other options and that we should really do our research. Well, jewelry is definitely the place to be. And the Levine family, who started our company in 1955, they were smart enough to do the research. They hired people, and they hired all these three different companies, and just they wanted like a non-biased, straight answer. All three of them came back with jewelry as number one. And one of my favorite of a product, and one of my favorite stories regarding that is that they were aghast. That's not what they were thinking. They weren't even thinking jewelry. And they're like, okay, tell us more. And it's a bunches of reasons that I've said before, but now I've lived them. It's like the market is absolutely huge. Whenever you're going to represent a product, you want to have a big market to sell to, right? Like not just this little one unique group of people that are going to get it. The test of time. I mean, jewelry's it's in the Old Testament and beyond. And oh my gosh, it's $1 billion. It's forecasted to go up in the next few years. Like it's getting more popular, not less. every consumer, men, women, everything in between, when the number one gifts in the world, candy, flowers, and jewelry, has
Right.
an emotional connection. I mean, you don't hear about people like, who's mom gonna leave her candles to? But they do want to get left the jewelry. Now, from the other side of the coin, as people who represent a jewelry company or a jewelry line, oh my gosh, you guys, it's like what I said earlier. How often do you refer someone to us? I mean, if you're a person that's worn Park Lane, people will probably have complimented you. Well, that happens to us. It happens to our customers. People refer people back to us. It's like walking advertisements out there.
Mhm.
And it withstands the test of time. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be around forever. I know I forgot some really important things, but so inexpensive to ship and store,
Right.
which is advantageous to us. We don't ship that much. Park Lane does most of our shipping, but like they keep over $1 million worth of inventory in their little Chicago warehouse. So like when COVID hit, we weren't waiting for barges to come in or
No.
anything, you know. So it's a very it's the place to be. And had I known, I would have started in jewelry. But to my knowledge, Park Lane is the only company that will bring people in at a level that's commensurate with their experience, which is what a normal job would do, right?
Direct hire. Yep.
So that's why, if you're wondering like why, how did Janine and Mary Grace end up here? It's because we got rewarded for our so we were lucky it was jewelry and Park Lane, which I think might be a lead in to the next question.
It so is. I have to tell you, there's 37 people watching, which is huge
Oh,
for us on
37
Monday night.
smart people.
That is so good. But I want to just make mention, a lot of you are tagging people. If the tag comes up gray, those people are not members of the group yet. So you want to go back and look through that when we're done, because those are people you're going to want to invite next week to go
Yes.
ahead and come on in the group and take a look.
Yes. Or
If
just
there
invite them to the group. They can
are-
watch this. It'll still be there.
yeah, they can watch the replay. They can come in and then just see us again next week. I just want to make mention to that. So yes, leading into why jewelry, where does our little part fit into that, and why Park Lane?
Well, again, you're not talking, we're talking, but you're looking at two people that did their research. And hands down, Park Lane was the place that I was going to choose to go because I did so much research. And of course, you're out there thinking, well, yeah, of course she's going to tell us that because she wants us to join Park Lane. But truly, you should do your research, but it's kind of nice if I already did it for you. It's like if you needed a new vacuum cleaner and you're like, you guys, I love my vacuum cleaner, save yourself the trouble. But there are many other jewelry companies. One thing that I discovered is that most of them have a limited market. Okay, so one of the best things about jewelry is it has a broad market. You limit a market when you only carry a certain kind of jewelry. So maybe all pearls, all silver, you know where I'm going with that, all Swarovski crystals. So if you have somebody that's invited and they don't like that look, you lost them, right? I loved about Park Lane that we have, we cover all of those gamuts. We cover all of them. Trendy all the way to the pearls, crystals, silver, charms, anything in between. So, and I, just to give you a little like feedback from my customers, they've said to me like many times, like, you know what I love about Park Lane? I love that whoever I ask, they're going to find something that they like. Okay. So
Right.
that's really cool. And I don't think I've ever said this on one of these calls, but I have to tell you, one of the things I absolutely delight in doing this job is the way it brings together generations. Because it's like, how many times can you see a little kid and a teenager and a preteen and a mom and a grandma all at the same place, all having so much fun? It's great. And they can do that here at Park Lane because of our extensive line. Also, whenever you're looking at a company, you want to look at the programs. And the programs at Park Lane are the richest in the industry. They honestly could do less for us at this point because we're so much further ahead than so many other companies with the programs that we have, but they don't. They keep throwing more and more goodness at us, for lack of a better way to say it. But we have a customer sale. Now, most of you have probably experienced Park Lane.
Yeah.
You love the sale. You love talking about the sale. When you invite somebody to learn about the sale, you're very proud to represent the sale. It's a great sale. We feel the same way. And when the customer's happy, we're happy. Okay. Also, because the sale is like maximized, the benefit is maximized when they spend $90. They get like an additional bonus item. It's maximized when they get 6 to 8 items. Think about what I just said earlier and how wonderful that is for us as reps, that people are out there wearing 6 to 8 new items. And every time they see a friend or someone at work, they're like, wait a minute, is that from Park Lane too? Like, that is all like marketing magic for us. Okay. So we
Right.
absolutely love that. Also, as a rep, don't you think the customer's thrilled with what they got? But we are also thrilled because our average order is over $100. I've
Mm-hmm.
had people tell me, like, oh, I'm going to sell this jewelry because it's only $5. Well, okay, you're going to have a lot more people being upset about it because it's only $5 and it's going to break. But you're also going to have people. I mean, how much can you possibly make if you made 100% commission and be $5 on, and you won't? It's $5 on every piece. How
Yeah.
much would you have to sell to make what we make in one order, right? And everybody's thrilled to death. Okay. Also, there's a really generous host program where whoever like brings the people together in order to share Park Lane, they get rewarded in 20 to $40 free per order. So they literally could collect like 10 $30 orders, which is a $300 sale for you and Park Lane, me. And they get 40 times 10, $400 in free jewelry. And I'm not even finished yet. That's like one of the 5 categories. So, needless to say, what happens? Word of mouth, thrilled to death, on they go. And then some that you really should care about. It's not selfish to care about this. Most of us did this because we wanted extra income. And we
Mhm.
are the highest paid representatives in the direct sales industry. Always have been, to the point where other companies have had to raise their minimums and stuff that they pay people. It's like kind of like when you see the gas stations across the street, the prices you go like, because we're so
True.
competitive. Yeah. So with both, I've made 2 to 3 times as much here as I did in my other company as a top 10 income earner. So, it's amazing. And I should start with this because a lot of
I was
times
gonna say,
people
are
go,
we gonna get to
well,
the
what do
best
I
part?
have to do? That's always what do I have to do? You guys, nothing. If you want to get paid, you have to do something. I mean, duh. But we have absolutely no minimums. We have no monthly, you have to do this or else. Okay.
No
Once
quotas.
you achieve, some of you won't know what I'm talking about if you're new to the direct sales arena, but through direct sales, just like any other job, we have the ability to get promotions and pay raises. Okay, so we start at 30% commission. We work ourselves up to 50% commission, not to mention weekly, monthly, yearly, quarterly bonuses. It's like, it's unbelievable how much income is out there for us to make with Park Lane. But if you achieve a certain title and then something happens and you can't work for a month or two, we don't take away your title. Park Lane
Right.
is not having that. No, you worked hard for that. They are not going to have a defeatist attitude. They believe in leading with their programs. So aside from the basic programs, there's all these other really neat things that we can work toward. A very simple one is free jewelry every month. We have the ability to earn anywhere from $250 to $1,000 in free jewelry every single month. So if you're a customer, think about what benefit that could have to your life. And my husband, he said one time, he goes, Mary Grace, I am absolutely thrilled, obviously, with the income and everything. He said, but something that like we haven't really put to paper, but is huge savings is the gift giving and stuff. Because I like earn free jewelry and can gift people with this free jewelry I earned. It's ours to do with whatever we want, right? So also, should I choose to ever buy jewelry from my own self, I get all of the benefits of all the programs I just mentioned. So if you're even just a loyal customer out there and you become a rep, why not get a paycheck back every week? It's like the friends and family discount,
Yeah. Yeah.
why not get back 30% every week instead of just spending money? It's like the inside scoop there. Um, so the other programs aside from free jewelry every month is there's a car program where you can make $500 to $700 a month to pay for your car. There's 2 trips a year. We just kicked off our trip contest. We're going to this all-inclusive, gorgeous place in Cancun. So we've been able to travel the world. I'm sure I'm forgetting some things. Um,
There's so much to talk about.
yeah, there's so much to talk about. You'll
Before
be
you give the best part, which is the incentive we have going right now, I do want to ask, because we have so many people watching, I would love for you to drop in the chat right now. And a lot of you are chatting, and I really appreciate it. Drop in the chat and let us know, like, tell me one thing Mary Grace said, one thing that jumped out at you about what our opportunity has to offer. Tell me what you think the best thing you heard is. We're seeing people that are talking about how they love our pieces, how they mix and match, they love that there's no minimums. I'm seeing people say that, they really love all of the jewelry they bought. You talked about a friends and family discount. There's
Yeah.
so many different options for Park Lane. And, I'd love to know, Mary Grace, in your opinion, why is now the best time to join our organization?
Well, a lot of times I'll say to people too, because people they're what's the word that I want? Hesitant. And if
Yep.
something sounds too good to be true,
Trepidatious.
or they're
Yeah.
afraid of failure. And it's like, there really is no failure. You're going to leave with more than you came with, no matter what. And we always say, if you don't like it, this is what we want you to do for us, okay? We want you to keep all the money you made.
Right.
We want you to keep all the jewelry we gave you. And we just want to have you back as our customer again. So why not give it a try, right? It's January. Psychologically, what an amazing time to start anything. Okay. We have Christmas debt and stuff. I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to come into this year with no Christmas debt. Um, we have a brand new line that dropped like days ago that none of your friends and family have seen unless you guys have gone and looked at the catalog and stuff. But how fun to be one of the first people to represent that line. And we like for you to have, really, it's non-negotiable. I mean, we can't make you do anything, but the most important thing that you're going to do when you start this business is you're going to have a show. And that show is going to be done by the person who invited you. So you're just a participant. You're not even the show doer. But because you booked that show,
Sure.
you're doer. You're going to be the one that's going to get the paycheck at the end of the show. We call them decider shows because if we go, hey, Janine, do you want the $400? You want me to keep it? That's your time to okay, you still get all the free jewelry you get as a hostess. You still get, everything. But, what do you think? So it's just a perfect way to even just put your feelers out there. What do they call that in the marketing world? A soft launch.
Soft launches. Yeah, it's a soft launch. It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Soft launch. Yeah. So you definitely want to do that. So here's the deal. And you might have to help me, Janine, because I just realized I forgot to double check. We always do so many wonderful things. Okay. 7? Are you putting a 7 up? Okay.
700.
Okay. So $129. You put it on your credit card. You have this show. You get paid for the show. You just did this for free. Get it? More than free. You're going to come out ahead. For the $129, that's just not money that Park Lane says, thank you very much. Here's your website. Here's access to our back office. Here's access to all the trainings that Mary Grace and her team do, as well as all the ones, okay? Because that people would do it just for that, just the personal website. What you also get to do is you get to pick out $700 worth of
Mind
jewelry
blow.
for $129. Okay. So even if you were just a regular person at a regular show or someone walking down the street and saw a sign for that, you would know that was a great deal. So of course it's a great deal for opening your own business. So yes, you want to you really want to get on that. They probably have the cutoff as Wednesday night right now or next Wednesday at best. We'll double check. But just get in there, sign yourself up. Take advantage of the $700. The person who invited you to this call will help you do that and get your show booked. Yeah, it's time.
Okay, so let's just to reiterate, I did ask people to drop in the chat what they liked the best that you said. Never lose your promotion, no quotas, no minimums. I'm seeing that continuously.
Okay.
The new line,
Yeah.
the new retro chic line, the amount of jewelry you can earn. Mary Grace said you can make great money. The friends and family discount. Gift giving, that's my love language, somebody said. I mean, this is really good. This is really good. So
Can I tell you something I haven't said in a while? Because I think we have a few minutes left.
We do.
If you decided to go up, if you decide I need a little part-time gig and I'm going to work 4 hours a week and I'm going to work at, let's say you're going to go to Macy's or Hallmark or retail, anywhere really, you're going to make minimum wage and they're going to tell you when you need to work. Right. Okay, so you got to get in the car, not getting paid for any of that. Off you go, get there, blah, blah, blah. Stand for 4 hours. Let's say minimum wage is like $12. I think that's a pretty good guess.
12 to 15, yeah.
Wherever we're living. Okay. Yeah. So that's $48 for 4 hours. And then they're going to take the taxes out and whatever. Okay. In the meantime, one average order with Park Lane is over $100.
Yeah.
We start at 30%. So some of you may be able to start higher, but most of us started at 30%. 30% of $100 is $33. That's one order, you guys. That's like one order that could come in through your website while you're playing with your kids or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And compare that to the $48 for 4 hours. What if you took an order a day? What's 33 times 7, 200 and something.
You don't have to clean off your car if it's snowing.
No,
You
you
don't
can
have
do
to
it.
get in your car and drive.
We have a cut and paste business where you can
Right
do the
from
whole
here.
thing online. You can do it like we're doing it right now. You
Yeah.
can go do live shows and get in your car and do it, but those shows are like $1,000. So, it's just really unbelievable. And you're never going to know if you don't try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And only 5% of people in the world take chances on things. The other 95% do, they call it failure avoidance.
Yeah.
No, so there is no failure, but I can understand that people get like, but it's time. If you're here watching it, you feel a little excited. I tell people that too. If you go to sleep tonight, you find you can't stop thinking about it tomorrow, it's time.
Like if you hear Mary Grace's voice in your sleep.
Oh my
time.
gosh, sorry about that. Sorry.
No, we love you for this.
Hopefully I'm fully dressed.
I did. Oh, good Lord. Hopefully all of us are. I did drop the Google questionnaire in the chat. It's also, if you are on the Grace and Grit Studio group page, you will find it right above. We have it linked right in the featured section. So it is there. But I dropped it in both places. Mary Grace, when they fill that form out, how much time do they have and what should they tell you?
Yeah, I always tell them 24 hours, but just get it done, you guys. I generally I'd look through them in the first 10 hours and find that most people have them done, and then I'll just go check for little residuals. But just get it done. So click on the Google form. Do it right online. Be sure to put what your favorite types of jewelry are, because when I pick you as a winner, I will curate the package to your taste.
Sure does.
So it's going to be something you like. And thank you so much for being here, you guys. And honestly, I've had so many people tell me that it's about so much more than selling jewelry, that they've learned and grown. Well, entrepreneurs do, because we teach each other a lot, and you will find that to get out of your own way, to get outside your comfort zone a little bit, it's really, really good for you. It's fun.
Yep. It's a positive family experience. You
It
get to be around.
absolutely is.
To be around. I'm going to end it with a comment from Jennifer Bull. I'm going to highlight it if I can. And she wrote, "Nothing beats a failure but a try. Nothing beats a failure but a try."
Yeah.
Excellent way to end this. Mary Grace, thank you so much for
I love it. Thank you for putting up with me and my technology inabilities.
Meeting us here on That's all right. Everybody knows we're going to be here. We get here sooner or later. So thank you so much to everybody. We're going to be back here right in this studio next Monday night. So I'm going to ask all 40 of you who are watching to bring a friend, invite someone, share this on your walls. Say to them, you got to hear these girls. Just listen to them for 30 minutes. They'll make you smile. So hop back in here next Monday night at 6 p.m. Central Time.
One more thing.
7.
I have to say one more thing. I'm sorry I talked over you.
Okay.
Sweet dreams. I hope it's my voice.
There's something wrong with you. We love her so much.
I know.
Have a great night, everybody.